Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be reviewing The Art of Racing in the Rain, but since this was a more heavily promoted movie, I think it would be best to start with discussing the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer gives away very little about the movie. Looking back now, having seen it, you really only get that Enzo, the dog, and his owner, Denny, share a love of racing.
I would say though that the trailer does give you a good insight into the tone of the movie. I describe this style of entertainment as Gilmore Girl-esque, so it's very lifestyle based. For this movie in particular, it's following a family where the paternal figure is in a fairly dangerous career of racing cars, and so this danger ends up being the main source of conflict for the entire movie, really.
Yeah, the lifestyle aspect absolutely comes out in the first half of the movie, I would say. But the good news is, I didn't feel like it was dragging on. So if you're someone who doesn't like that lifestyle, entertainment, you won't be checking your watch.
Yeah, like something I definitely thought about was in the trailer, they showed Danny meeting his future wife Eve in the grocery store, and then the next scene in the trailer was them getting married. And honestly, the movie did have that sort of pace for the first half, so which was awesome because, like you said, it didn't drag. But something else that's interesting about the trailer is I remember when we were watching it, we both thought that the main source of intensity in the movie was going to rise from a race car accident. Since I remember seeing, some tears, a lot of emotion, maybe even a race car skidding into the green. However, minor spoiler alert, so minor that it's honestly not considered spoiler. The intensity and conflict is not from a race car accident. It's from something that I would describe more as family based, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think that it's probably better that they built this up so much that it was going to be related to the risk of his job. And I think that because Denny is such a relatable character,
Yeah.
taking it in this direction where he goes through these family issues, you're right there with him, experiencing it, and really just, you know, going through the emotional pain that he's going through.
Yeah, no, definitely. Denny experienced the most pain in the entire movie, and since I was rooting for him since the second the movie started, I definitely experienced a lot of worry and anxiety and all the emotions Denny was feeling. Yeah. Actually, something funny is this is supposed to be a dog movie, but we haven't even discussed Enzo that much.
Yeah, that's true. Enzo narrated the entire movie, and really, I think that other than one or two plot points, he didn't actually play a role, so it was probably a little bit unnecessary.
No, yeah, I think his narration was definitely unnecessary. You didn't really gain that much, watching the movie from the perspective and narration of a dog. So I felt like the producers sort of threw that in just to try to attract more people to watching the movie by, classifying as a dog movie and trying to put it at the same level as Marley and Me, but really it was pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, and another thing I didn't like was how they took 5 minutes from the very end of the movie and they
Hmm.
open with it. So
Oh
you see
yeah.
that like right in the beginning, the very end of the movie. And I felt like after seeing that, that I was watching a gigantic continuous flashback of his life.
Yeah, no, I don't think, there are some movies who can use this plot device really well. The one that comes to mind is Memento, where it follows the same structure in that the first thing you see is the ending. But for Memento, it works because the majority of the movie is redefining that moment you see in the beginning and eventually the end. By the way, if you have not seen Memento, you should watch it. But for The Art of Racing in the Rain, it was really unnecessary. It didn't make sense. That was the bottom line of that. And it would have made more sense actually if they just started the movie off with Denny picking Enzo out of, the litter of puppies.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would have been a better place to start the movie overall. But what did you think about their use of the title?
Oh, The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it. I think it's a mouthful. I mean, The Art of Racing in the Rain, The Art of Racing in the Rain, The Art of Racing in the Rain. With the numerous times, I've seen the trailer, every time I saw that title, I didn't like it. I felt like, it probably hurt them in the marketing perspective. And something, you probably could truncate it to Racing in the Rain and, that would get the job done.
Yeah, I think it was kind of cool when I saw what they were trying to do, how it's an analogy, how he's literally racing in the rain, but then he's also,
Yeah.
the dog reveals, Enzo, that it's also a strategy for dealing with tough things in your life. So I thought it was really cool, but I agree, they could have shortened it.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think? Yeah, overall, would you
Overall,
recommend it?
yeah, overall, I think it's not a must-see unless you're someone who loves dog movies or who loves lifestyle entertainment.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's a must see either. And like, if you don't have something like a movie subscription service such as MoviePass or A-List, I don't think it's really worth the money. The good news is that the movie is pretty short. It's around or maybe even under 2 hours, so it won't keep you in the theater for too long if you do decide to see it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching our review, and we'll see you next time.